Hello everyone, and then welcome to another tutorial video. In case you are new here, thanks for clicking on our video, and then in case you are old here, welcome back once again. Right, so as the title states, in this video I'm going to look at how to actually use a midnight data bundle during the day. Okay, so as we await further updates from MTN, that's for MTN users who want to go back to using the MTN data zone bundles, I'm trying to get alternative ways to actually bypass this. Okay, that's actually utilize the MTN data bundle but in a good way, where we don't end up with losses or purchasing bundles at higher prices. So in this video I'll show you how to actually use the MTN midnight data bundle during the day. Okay, so the midnight data bundle is mostly for usage during the night, that's 12 a.m. till maybe 5:59 a.m. okay, that's during the midnight. But in this video I'm going to show you how to actually use the same bundle during the day, right? Okay, so in case you are new to this channel and then your first time seeing our video, I would urge you to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so that whenever we upload a new video you get to be the first to watch it, okay, by turning on the bell icon, because once you subscribe and then you don't turn on the bell icon, you won't have access to our future videos, because I'll gonna upload more of these videos as time goes on. Okay, right, so in case you're an old subscriber, thanks for subscribing and then thanks for watching this video. Without further much ado, let's dive right into this video. So you know how to actually purchase the MTN data bundle. Okay, it's just using the *138. okay, so you dial *138, and then in case you are purchasing via the short code, you would first get this pop-up. Okay, and then in case you are not purchasing via the short code and then you are purchasing via the MTN app, you just go ahead and do that. Okay, but here you are purchasing via the short code, so you choose option 1. Okay, so we are going in for the midnight bundle. Okay, so in case we were to go in for the data bundle, we would have chosen option 1, but here we are going in for the midnight bundle, so you choose option 2. Okay, you also have the Kokroko bundle, but in this video we'll be talking about the midnight bundle. In case you want to see the video on the Kokroko bundle, I've made several videos on them on my channel. Just go to the playlist on technology hacks, you will find those videos over there. Okay, and then I also upload future videos on this same bundle package. Okay, so let's move on to the midnight bundle. Right, so I'll be purchasing for myself, so I'll choose option 1. Okay, right, so we have the flexi bundles, and then we have actually this is the only bundle available. Okay, the next option is to go back, but let's check out the flexi bundles. Now you have the option to purchase from 0 Ghana cedis to 2 cedis 99 pesos. We are going to purchase something lesser than even 4 pesos. Okay, 40 pesos or so. Okay, it won't be even closer to 50 pesos. Okay, so let's choose the 0.3. So let's see what 0.3 offers. Okay, 0.3. We can actually go in for maybe 0.2, 0.25. Now let's check 0.3. Okay, right, so for 0.3 you actually get 744 megabytes. Okay, that's 0.3. okay, 0.3 is 744.42 megabytes. I think it's okay for tutorial purposes. Okay, so let's choose the 0.3. okay, so let's buy this bundle. Right, so we can actually go in for the airtime or mobile money, but I'm going to purchase this bundle with my airtime. Okay, that's 0.3, that's 744 megabytes with my airtime. So let's choose option 1 for airtime. Now we could notice that we've got over here that we've purchased the 744 megabyte data, that's the midnight data. Okay, right, you could go ahead to choose option 99 to see what's over there, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so we are prompted to download and get 50 megabyte data for free, but we are not interested in that. Now after purchasing this bundle, this is the first step to getting the midnight bundle. Okay, now this is the next steps are the most important steps. Okay, so so this is step 2. So the first step is done, that's purchasing the midnight bundle. Now let's move on to step 2, and then we'll go on towards step 3. Step 3 will be the final part. Okay, so let's look at step 2. Now I'm currently using an iOS device, so this process or these settings will go with what an iOS device, but in case you are using an Android, it's fine. Okay, I will show you what I do as I go through the process. So since I'm using an iOS device, I will show you what you will do on an iOS device, and then while I was doing that, I'll also tell you what you will do in case you are using an Android device. Okay, so let's proceed. Now this is step 2. After purchasing the bundle, you have to tune your phone settings so that it will behave as if you are in the midnight zone. Okay, that's the principle behind this one. So we are going to behave as if we are using the bundle during the night. Okay, during the night. So that's the settings we are about to do right now. So go to your phone settings. Okay, go to your phone settings, and then in case you are using an iOS, you just follow what I'm doing. But in case you are using an Android phone, go to your phone system. Okay, once you go to your phone system, and then you go to date and time. Okay, or irrespective of how your phone is. Okay, in case you're an Android user, just go to where you find date and time, but you have to go to your phone system. Okay, so that you could find your date and time, right? So that's for Android users, but for iPhone users, after going to settings, scroll down and choose general. Okay, choose general. So for Android users, you go to your settings, and then you go to system. Okay, or you go to settings and then go to where you find your date and time. So when you go to systems, you will find date and time over there. Okay, now for iOS users, just click on date and time. After clicking on general, okay, click on choose date and time. Now from here, for Android users, you won't get this menu. Okay, the menu you get as an Android user is setting dates automatically with network. Okay, so the first option will be set dates automatically with network. You will notice that as an Android user, yours will be turned on. Okay, what you have to do is just toggle that off. Okay, turn that option off. So you turn that network setting automatically with network, setting time automatically with network off. Okay, so turn that off. That's for Android users. But for iOS users, you could notice that you have a 24-hour time that is already turned off. That's good. Now let's move on to the next step. For Android users, you have to turn your time off. Okay, automatic time section off, or automatically setting off your time off. So first, you turn off network setting with time. Okay, so once you go to your date and time, you notice that your time, which is associated with your network, is already toggled on. You turn that off, and then you can notice that you've already set your time automatically on, just like here. So for iOS users, you could notice that set automatically is turned on or toggled on. So it's the same for Android users. Okay, your time set automatically will be on, so just turn that off, just like iOS users. So iOS users, you have to turn this one off. Same goes for Android users. Just turn the set time automatically off. Again, let me repeat the steps again. For Android users, once you go to your date and time, you could notice that network setting time is automatically turned on. Turn that one off first. Okay, turn that one off, and then you go to set time automatically. That one will be also turned on. Turn that one too off. Okay, now for iOS users, you could notice that the 24-hour time was already turned off. You could actually turn it on depending on how you want your time settings, and then you turn your set automatically off. So initially it was on. Okay, so just turn it off so that you can do this setting I'm about to show you. Now let's go back to Android users again. For Android users, you could notice that you have your time zone. It could be Accra. Okay, I don't know where you are currently watching this video. It could be Accra, it could be if you are in Nigeria, it could be Lagos, and then even you are in South Africa, it could be your capital town, okay? Zambia, Benin, or any African country, okay? For me, I'm currently in Ghana, so my time zone is set to Accra. So depending on your time zone, set your time zone to +0000, okay? +0000. This goes for both Android users and iOS users. So the time zone has to be +0000. For Accra, it's currently 0000. Okay, so you just leave it like that. So this step goes for both Android users and iOS users. Now let's move on to the time and dates. For Android users and iOS users, this step is the same. All you have to do is to change your dates. Okay, go to your dates and then change these dates to the next day. So from here you can notice that today is April 29th, 2023. Okay, so I'm going to change this April 29th, 2023 to April 30th, 2023. Okay, so we'll do that. This goes for both Android users and iOS users. Okay, so change today's date to tomorrow's date. Okay, change today's date to tomorrow's date for both Android and iOS users. So you can notice that this has been changed to tomorrow's date, April 30th, 2023. Now let's look at the dates. Okay, sorry, the time. Okay, so we are done with the dates. Let's move on to the time. Now let's look at the time. The time right now is 4:11 p.m. So you want to use this data during midnight. So you have to tune this time so that it will look like we are using this data at midnight. So what you have to do with the time is that after changing the date to the next day, just like we've already done, change the time towards midnight, okay, so that you can actually use this bundle. That's the principle behind this technique. Okay, so change this time to 12 something a.m. So I'm changing this to maybe 12:15. Okay, 12:15 a.m. Okay, so you can notice that I've changed this time to 12:15 a.m. and then I've changed the date to April 30th, 2023. That's tomorrow, God willing, tomorrow. Okay, right. So in case you went through these steps, you successfully went through these steps, you are good to go. We are going to move on to the last and final step. Okay, so first, let me repeat it again so that you get it. I want this video to be very, very concise so that you can be able to do it yourself. Okay, so first, for Android users, go to your systems, go to settings and go to systems and go to where you can locate your date and time. First, change the network time setting. Okay, the first option is to change or toggle your network settings. So the network automatically sets your time. Okay, so change that setting to off. Okay, or toggle it off. That's the simplest form. Toggle that option off. After that, the phone automatically sets your time. Okay, so for that one, also toggle it off. And then you move on to your time. Change the date to the next day. Okay, so today is April 29th. I've changed mine to April 30th. And then you change your time to midnight time. So that's around 12 something a.m. So you could notice that there is actually currently 12:16 a.m. And then for iOS users, you go to your general, you go to settings general, and then you go to date and time. You turn your setup automatically off, and then you change your time and date just like this. Okay, so we are moving on to the final step. Okay, so you've been able to change your time, date, and then try to make the settings as if you are in the next day but using it during midnight. Okay, so now let me show you what I didn't initially show you before I purchased the midnight bundle. Okay, so let's go back. So you can notice that our time is now 12:18. Okay, 12:18. Now let me switch back towards this one. let me show you that I actually purchased the midnight bundle, and then I didn't have any bundle on my phone. Okay, so the midnight bundle is what? 744 megabytes. Okay, so let's check my bundle. Okay, so you can notice that I have what? 749.42. okay, meaning I actually had something small, maybe 4 point something megabytes, which is actually insignificant considering an MTN user. You cannot use that data bundle to do anything. Okay, right, so now let me show you what you do to actually use this midnight bundle during the day. Okay, so first you have to close every app running in the background. Okay, close every app running in the background. So you have to close every app. So close this app, close this app. You have to close this app too. Okay, so close. The point is close every app running in the background, and then what you have to do is restart your phone. Okay, so I'm going to restart your phone. Sorry, I'm going to restart my phone. For you, you will have to restart your own phone. Okay, so I'm going to restart my phone, and then we'll continue with the video. Okay, so in case you get your settings right, okay, in case you don't miss any settings, especially for iOS users. For Android users, it's pretty straightforward, but some iOS users might encounter problems, okay, with their settings. You need to do it very, very right. So our time is still what? 12:30, okay, within the midnight zone. Okay, so let's turn on our data, because initially we had what? 12:15, okay, and then it's been time we went through the process and then restarted my phone. Okay, so I've turned on my data. Okay, here's my data. I've turned that on. So let's see whether messages will load up. Let's wait and see whether messages will load up, because I'm trying to use the data during the day. Okay, using midnight data during the day. Okay, let's try and see whether this data would actually work. Okay, so let's see that. Right, so I want a message to load up. Okay, before I proceed, I would have opened a specific app, but I want maybe a WhatsApp message or social media handle message to load up. Also, you can actually open an app. So let's go to YouTube. Let's open the YouTube app and see whether our data actually works. Okay, so you can notice that this data actually works. Okay, you can notice that this data actually works. Okay, we are using the data during the day, the midnight data during the day. I was waiting for a message to load up. You can notice that no messages are loading up. Okay, it means that they might be loading in the background, but since YouTube is actually working, it means that all the apps are working. So let me open another app. Let's go to Chrome, okay, and search for something. Okay, maybe food. So let's say maybe define food. Okay, define food. Actually, this is how you search for stuff on Google. Okay, this is how you search for stuff on Google. So define, and then you have your column food. So it will define food. Okay, we are using this data during the day. Let's go to Twitter. Okay, let's go to Twitter. Right. Okay, so you can actually see that we have some Twitter feed. Okay, so let's go to maybe TikTok. Let's go to TikTok. Right. So notice that this is actually working. Okay, so thanks for staying with me to the end of the video. Kindly like the video, share. In case you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section. Again, some of you might not be able to do this till you see the results. Okay, just leave those questions in the comment section. Some of your mates might be able to answer, and when I'm available, I'll also answer. Thanks again, and then I will see you in the next video. Kindly share and then turn on your post notification so that you don't miss out on